Alright guys, check this out. Looks familiar? Yes, because this is the JingJi SLR. Now, JingJi actually has made the SLR for quite some time. They have the generation 1 and the generation 2, or V1, V2. Now, they haven't really actually made or attempted to make a complete blaster themselves yet. All they do is just the receiver itself and the handguards. So before this, there was another manufacturer. We know them as STD or Sitaiti. The STD actually was one of the first manufacturer that offers to build a complete SLR blaster. Now the STD just offered to build the blaster. There's nothing really much from STD themselves because the gearbox, the receiver and everything much is pretty much SLRs. The JingJis. So let's just dive right in and see what does the JingJi SLR takes on the blaster themselves. So what you can see here immediately is the blaster itself. I already assembled one unit just to save some time. This is the black unit and I'm going to do the unboxing for a sand color unit. So let's just put this away and let's get right into it. Right, so this is the box. Now the JingJi SLR, or the JingJi, they did actually put a lot of effort, a lot of effort. Now the JingJi SLR, this that you're looking at is by far one of the most proper gel blaster with a very nice and proper packaging. So let's just take a quick look. So this is the box. Right, so it has a little text here, like a tag, small tag here that goes onto the box. So it has a sand colored SLR illustrated here. Now bear in mind, this is just illustrations. Some of the parts here is actually not included, like the MRO, and actually the attachment is actually black color. So we'll find out in a bit. So this is the box itself, pretty nice black colored and looks pretty sturdy as well. There's JingJi logo here and there, some signage here and there. Right, so let's just open it. Right, it has a pretty flashy blue color inside of the box, right, and then pretty nice foams, and there you go, the blaster itself. So the blaster itself comes pretty basic. It does not come with a lot of accessories, so there's no batteries, no chargers. Right, so let's get right into it. Right, so the box itself is really nice. I really like the cuts out foams they designed and made for the blaster, so nothing really can get damaged and they don't fly all over the place. You get a magazine, JingJi brand, their own PMax, works pretty well in the blaster. And then you get some accessories. So as you can tell, they are in black color. You get a hand cover, a hand stop, and a flip up side, the Unbox Pro style, all nylons, and all for M-locks, right? Let's just get it out, and then this is the blaster itself. Right, so that's pretty much it. That's all you get. The main blaster, some attachment, and then a pack of gels and the iPro. Right, so let me just get rid of the box. Right, so this is the blaster itself. The blaster comes assembled like so. So of course, the attachment is not installed out of the box. So I'm just going to install all of them onto the blaster, and let's take a good look at how it looks like after the attachment is installed. So this is the SLR hand stop. It's pretty standard. Actually, we have this in monkey mod for quite some time already. It's pretty small, but I think it looks pretty cool. They also include one Allen key in case that you don't have one. So that's pretty nice. What the hell? Why do I have a rock in my... Oh, I see. That's pretty hilarious. So I am actually lacking one of these M-lock install piece here. So I suppose the worker mistaken this as one of this. Wow. Or this is actually unrefined iron. I don't know, but let me just get some replacement. Alright, so I'm back with the proper M-lock piece here. Wow, I do have to say, this is pretty hilarious. Lol, right? Right, so all the M-locks now are prepared. I'm going to install to the Helix handguard M-lock. And there you have it. So that's the rail cover and the hand stop installed, like so. Looks pretty handsome, I have to say. I mean, this has always been my favorite attachment for the SLR. They fit the profile pretty nice. Right, so the iron sight. Alright guys, this is how it looks like when all the attachment included is installed. So let me just go through the blaster, the external blaster with you guys, starting from the front. So in front there, you get a nylon SLR muzzle. Not my favorite, I thought they look quite stubby. It's not bad, but it does have the SLR logo there. And yes, it's removable. It's 14mm counterclockwise. And this is how it looks like. And with this inner diameter, you can pretty much fit most of the available hop-up within. But the problem becomes that if you use a 16mm, say a standard 16mm hop-up, you can plug right in, but there's no way that you can secure it or adjust the hop-up once you install in there. So something to consider about. Right, so with the muzzle exposed, you can tell that it has a aluminum inner barrel. So again, with the inner barrel protruded out of the outer barrel, you can pretty much install any kind of hop-up, out of box. So yes, that's pretty nice. So it does comes with the centering piece, like this nylon piece, which honestly I think is not really necessary. This piece serves the function to keep the outer barrel centered, but most of the outer barrel nowadays, you no longer need the centering piece, but I suppose it's just nice that they include it anyway. Right, so I'm just gonna put it back. Right, so moving on to the handguard itself. Now this is SLR Helix style. I'm looking at this. It says Ion 6.7 inch ultra light. Now I am pretty sure now this style of a handguard is not a Ion but a Helix. So I suppose this is actually a SLR 6.7 inch Helix M-lock, because the Ion looks like this. Now this is my personal SLR. This is the SLR Ion 10 inch M-lock. So the Ion, the Ion looks like this with a full top rail. So I'm not really sure why they call this an Ion. I suppose it's a typo or something, I don't know, but moving on, I digress. The receiver itself is version 2. As we all know, the available version 2 now in the market or at Monkey Mods is actually black color only. So if you want this sweet sand color, you have no choice but to purchase the full blaster from JingJi themselves. Pretty smart of them, to make it exclusive, I guess. Right, so moving on. The receiver and upper receiver and lower receiver itself is pretty standard. Now the version 2 does have a one-piece upper design, so it's pretty sturdy, very solid. And lower is the same story. The fittings, the mag release, this is the dummy MB fire selector, serves no function. The shell deflector, the fire selector here, the functional fire selector. This is a mag catch. This dummy bolt release is actually nylon. The charging handle is made of metal. And you do get a dummy bolt release. And of course, the magazine itself. And then that's pretty much it. Now the blaster the gearbox does not comes with a metal trigger, so this is nylon. And then this is one of the things that makes the blaster unique, which is this grip. This is a MOE grip, the Magpul style. But it looks a bit different from the X-Power Magpul style available. So yeah, pretty nice. I love this style of a grip, very comfortable. And that's pretty much it on the receiver itself. Now, to one of the more special parts of the blaster is it does come with a bracer, bracer style buttstock. I don't know, it's just called bracer. So this bracer, is supposed to be able to release this, and then you slot your hand in there to use it like a pistol. Yeah, that's US stuff. I'm not going to get into that. But anyway, they function perfectly well if you want it to use as a buttstock. And it is extendable and retractable. So there's only two steps, retracted or extended. So, there's no in between. So anyhow, that is it. So this is the blaster itself. Now, the gearbox itself is, absolutely nothing special compared to the one that you can purchase out there. If you purchase the SLR gearbox, they are going to do the same thing. It has nylon gears and aluminium inner barrel and a stock motors with a relatively low RPM motors. Now, everyone know about SLR. I'm not going to go, get into too much details because it's been out there for quite some time. So I want to cut this short. Right, so I'm just going to show you how it sounds like test firing. So to get access to the battery compartment, it is in the buffer tube here. So you unscrew this cap. I'm going to use a Bose LiPo 3S battery. Now do note that it still has the same SM connector. So that's how you install the battery. Now let's just give it a few test firing and see. So safe. Yep, works pretty well. Right, and also one thing I'd like to mention about is the fire selector clicks very positively. You can clearly hear the click. That's pretty nice because some are just mushy. So right, so semi. So sounds pretty good. Fire response, the response is not that bad. Do bear in mind though, this is a 11.1 volt. So if you put a 7.4 volt in, you will probably think that, yeah, it's really not that great. So, right, since you are here, I'm just going to show you my personal SLR as well. This is version 1. This is a transparent shell with a transparent gearbox. Now it's completely stock. I just did some, optimizations on the gearbox itself, corrected the angle of engagement, and that's it. Everything else is stock. Inside has a 7.4 volt battery in. I'm just going to show you how it sounds like. Yeah, so it sounds a bit sluggish compared to, say, on 11.1 volt. It's much more crisp. Right, so, but I digress. But anyway, yeah, this is my transparent SLR. And it has the same style of bracer as the one that comes with the JingJi SLR. Yep. Right, so I'm just going to load some gels into the magazine. Now I'm using some Milkies, but it is pretty old already, so the gel might have shrunk a bit, so it may affect the FPS. I forgot to show you the full auto. Right, full auto. That sounds pretty decent. I think it is good enough for most players. Right, so with the magazine loaded, let's see. Right, so as we all know, the SLR have a preload feature out of the box. So, yep, that's loaded. Let's give it a few firing shot. Right, works pretty well. Photo. Yep, works really well. Right, the Chrony. Right, let's go. 239, 239, 252, 257, 258, 246, 252, 251, 248. So it averaged out at about 250 FPS. That's not bad at all for a blaster that comes right out of the box. That's pretty good. I suppose it's game ready. It's just that the rate of fire may be a bit low for some players, but to me, it's perfect. Right, so let's give it a full auto burst and see what is the FPS. So let me read to you. 245, 253, 255, 253, 250, 246. Right, and a rate of fire at around 16.8. So it has about 16.8 rate of fires. That's by no means bad, and it is certainly not super fast, but I think 16 to 18 rounds per second is a good number in my opinion. Right, so seriously guys, there's really nothing much to talk about the blaster because the SLR has been around for so long. So if you have been looking for a nice looking and unique, it's no longer unique, you know, because everywhere you go you see an SLR, but you know, I digress. If you want something nice for the price, I think in Malaysia it's going below 500 bucks, 480 I think. That's not a bad deal at all, considering that you're getting a pretty nice bracer, a nice grip, and a unique 6.7 inch SLR handguard. Now, this nylon handguard is not available anywhere. The one available now is actually the 5.5 inch Helix key mod and a 10 inch SLR ion. So if you want something like this, it's going to cost you a bomb because you are going to get the metal one. But this is nylon, which I think looks pretty sweet as well. In my opinion, the 6.7 inch looks way nicer than the 5.5 inch Helix handguard, which is what you saw just now on my transparent SLR. This is a 5.5 inch Helix in transparent color and also key mod. Yep, in my opinion, the 6.7 inch one is way better. But yes, that's pretty much it. So I'm just going to show you the black color one here as well. So the black color one, the only difference is instead of a black SLR muzzle, you get an orange colored and you get a pretty dull gold colored dummy bolt, which I don't really like. I thought it looked a bit cheap. Yep. But other than that, you are basically getting the same thing. The attachment, the iron sight, the magazine, the bracer, you know, the grip, everything else is the same. So pick whichever one that you think suits you. But personally, I would definitely pick the same color because the black color is not really that unique, you know, because there's no version 2 same color receiver out there. Right, so that concludes my review for the JingJi SLR. Very nice blaster. Price is a bit on the high side, I have to say, again, because now I just remember, yes, it doesn't have metal gears, but nylon gears only. So take it for what you will, but I personally would recommend this blaster because I think they do look great and the gearbox is very decent. Upgrade is really easy. The parts are pretty much standards and compatible with most of the V2 gearbox out there. So if you have any questions regarding the JingJi SLR CQB, leave your questions in the comment sections. I'll get to you as soon as possible. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys.